Greetings. Today we will configure monitoring for our CEPH cluster with Prometheus and Grafana. But at the beginning, I briefly tell you what it is. Grafana is the open source project for monitoring and observability. It allows you to visualize monitoring metrics and logs, make dynamic dashboards, mixed data sources, and others. It's awesome tool. It is a very powerful solution with wide metrics analytics capabilities. Prometheus is also the open source free software created for monitoring and alerting. It collects real-time metrics and to collect data it uses HTTP pull requests. Our workflow is simple. We will enable Prometheus native model on our CEPH cluster. Then we will install Prometheus and Grafana. Prometheus will start to collect data from CEPH native model and Grafana will start to visualize and collect it from Prometheus metrics. Okay, let's start. We have a CEPH cluster with 3 nodes and the virtual machine with CentOS 7 for our monitoring solution. Let's install Grafana. And before install it, we need to add Grafana repo. And install Grafana. Good. Let's start our new Grafana server. And enable it. Okay, let's try to open Grafana web interface. The standard port of Grafana is 3000. Oh, I think I know what the problem is. Our firewall blocked connections to our port. Let's create a firewall rule to open it. Protocol is TCP and port is 3000. Done. We need to reload firewall. Let's check if C-Linux is enabled on our server. Yes. For tests is a good solution to disable, but only for tests. And restart our server. It was wrong IP address. Okay. Then we need to install Prometheus. We need to create the new user Prometheus. Home is now needed. Shell is now needed too. Then we need to download Prometheus software. Good. Then we need to create some directories. etc Prometheus and var lib Prometheus. Okay, good. Then we need to change the owner of created directories to our new user. Good. And then for var lib Prometheus. Done. And instruct Prometheus. Then we need to copy Prometheus binary files and promo tool to USR local bin. Oh. I'll delete it later. and prom tool. Good. We need to copy libraries directories to etc Prometheus folder. -R. And then change the ownership of copied folders to Prometheus user. Done. The next step is to create Prometheus YAML configuration file. In global section, we will configure only scrape interval for test with 10 seconds. In targets, we need to configure our CEPH cluster IP. Okay. Change ownership of our config file. And then create service file to start Prometheus with systemd. Okay, good. Let's try to start our Prometheus server. But before it, we need to reload our system daemon. Good. Now we need to try to connect Prometheus with 9090 port. Open it in our firewall. Wrong node. Of course, we need to do it here. Firewall reload. Success. And it's okay. Then we need to enable native Prometheus model on our CEPH cluster. Go into our CEPH. Done. The port and the listen address are configurable with CEPH config set. For example, CEPH config set mgr Prometheus server ADDR 0.0.0.0. Good. And server port is 9283. Let's look at our services. CEPH mgr services. Good. Let's check Prometheus has started to collect data from our CEPH cluster. Targets. Okay, up, and we can see our metrics. And the last step is to configure Grafana and Prometheus collaboration. After previous steps, we need to create Prometheus as data source in Grafana. Let's do it. Standard credentials are admin, new password. Submit. Data sources. We need to choose Prometheus. Names doesn't matter. Prometheus. URL. HTTP. IP address of our Prometheus server. Port 9090. Access server. Default. Save and test. Okay, data source is working. And we need to add dashboard. To add dashboard, we could create a raw dashboard and then add needed metrics, but now we will add pre-configurable dashboard from Grafana dashboard repository. Remember, we can configure all needed metrics on a raw dashboard, but there are many pre-configured good dashboards in Grafana dashboard repository, and we will import one of them with ID 7056. Import 7056, load, name CEPH cluster, it's okay, folder general, it's okay too. CEPH Prometheus, choose our data source and import it. And we can see some of collected metrics. That's all.